Hey everyone, Steve back here with Ziggy's Lawn and Landscape. We're starting a new project, or we actually already started the new project. This is the old garden at my house. I'm gonna throw a picture in real quick of what it looked like before. It was just getting dark last night and we started to rip it down like the spur of the moment. So we graded all the grass back, just kind of skimmed the top coat off of the grass to get the root system out, and here's what we're left with. This area is way bigger than we thought, which is even better because we want to put a building here maybe one day, like a outdoor pole barn. You hear the banging. Jimmy's in the garage doing the restoration on his truck, and I'm helping him as needed, and I'm doing the rest of my projects. But we got the F550 dump truck here, my wife's car. This truck and trailer set up. The alternator went out on the 550 over there this morning. I was able to get it home with the load of stone. Way up top there is that black F250 with the 6-liter diesel we've been messing around with. We got it fixed. The fuel pickup in the tank is broken off, so once it reads like 1/8 of a tank, it's actually really empty because it's just sucking air. So we put 5 gallons of fuel in that, replaced the starter, and then the other couple things Jimmy did to it fixed all the problems it had. So that's going to be going for sale soon. We got the New Holland skid steer all fueled up, and we got about, I don't know, 10, 11, 12 yards of stone here. This is just dirty. Once it rains, it cleans up very nice, and we're going to be running the stone into here to make extra parking. I'm going to start by, I guess, raking it out and just leveling out some of the ruts, and then we're going to show you here on time lapse how easy it is to run all this stone with the machine and barely have to do much raking at all, if any. The way we do it is we shake the bucket and take our time and let the machine do the work for us, rather than dumping it in piles and having guys or whatever rake it and move it with shovels. That's how we used to do it before. We became more patient and figured out let the machine do the work for you. Jimmy sounds like he's knocking the whole house down in there. Here's Jimmy's truck. There's the cab. There's the bed. There's the leaf loader still out. Here's the engine. And then the frame itself is inside. But we're gonna do some raking real quick to level off some of the ruts. Comments, throw down what you guys think I should do here with the Belgian block, at least just this section. Over there we're definitely going to keep it because it funnels all the water into this drain and the drain over there. But right here, it's going to be tough to be backing trailers and stuff over this, but it's going to be nice to contain the water, I guess, into the drain over here. But possibly thinking about popping out the Belgian block right here to make it easier to just back up. Wanted to show you guys too real quick here. These tires on here are completely bald. You saw in the one video where this back one, there's actually this one that was flat, popped off the rim. This was actually low on air, and then we put some weight to it. But all 4 of these tires are completely bald, you can see on this one. I kind of prefer them to be a little bit more bald than actually have tread, because this is completely mud over here. It's not the mushiest, but it's pretty muddy. It's soft. You can see here where I'm pushing, but it doesn't get stuck, and it does great. And specifically, I like the balder tires for when we're doing mulch in the springtime. If we do have to drive over a client's property in certain little grassy areas, it doesn't rip up the ground or leave any imprints in the lawn, I guess. It is a lighter machine, but that's why I kind of like the balder tires for, say, grass. Yes, of course, for the mud here would be wonderful to have better tread. But not having tread is actually sort of a good thing for, I guess, say a job like this where you're driving over the driveway. It doesn't really leave mud, I guess, in the driveway where it'll be flinging off of coming out of the tracks in the tread and stuff. But I decided I'm not going to touch this with a rake at all to prep it. As you saw there, I just ran over it with the Bobcat or the New Holland skid steer with the bucket down just to flatten it. This is just the temporary fix at my house here because, like I said, we want to put a building here, a pole barn or something to some extent. But this is the 1 year cheap fix to be able to have more parking. It's just throw stone down. It's pretty level. I mean, there are some spots and bumps. At a client's house, I would totally rake this out perfect, grade it a little bit better, but this is my own house. It's up against the woods. The water's already pitched down the hill, so this is going to be more than perfect of a fix for like I said, just a temporary, I'd say a year at the most, we're gonna need it to be like this before we basically rip it up and extend it out and put a new wall in and stuff. So I'll sit you guys back up here and we'll start running the stone. All right, everyone, I'm not sure where that left off. The battery died on the GoPro. Stone's moved. I just got to clean up the driveway with the shovel and just blow it off and whatnot. Here's the rough dumping of the stone. I'm going to go over it with the rake and smooth it all out, but I don't remember how long. I was hoping to look at the video and see how long this took me. I think no more than 25 minutes with the machine, 10 to 12 tons of stone. And this is unraked. Didn't touch a single rake for this entire thing yet, and then light raking will come later with smoothing it out. But and this also, if you can see, this also isn't the finished color. This is disgusting, this color, but we get the first heavy rainfall, which is coming in tomorrow. We'll wash these stones nice and clean. It'll look like really nice river rock. It's just dirty from the quarry and sitting in the pile. But we'll clean the driveway up here, and you saw the method of how I lift the arms up and just shake the bucket. Our sign language is kind of like this, to shake it a little bit more or whatever, or a little bit less. I remember specifically sitting in, back when I was in 6th grade, they were doing the construction landscaping company was doing the grass outside, and I remember watching them and not paying attention in school, but watching the guys run the machine and shaking the dirt out of the bucket. And pretty much there was 5 other guys, employees there, not really doing much, because my dad bought his machine, his Bobcat 773. He bought that in 2004, and I think this was 2006 or so. So we had 2 years under our belt. Of course, I was a little kid back then, but we both were running this machine and dumping it all into piles. Like, say for example, over in the first corner, we would dump a pile or even half a pile, and then we would just dump in little piles, and we'd go back and rake it out, shovel it, rake it out. And once again, I'm back into whatever class I was sitting in 6th grade, and I'm watching this guy shake the dirt, and they did about 30 yards of topsoil, probably 30 to 40 minutes of dumping, and then they just had to lightly rake it. So that's why we like to use, I learned my lesson right then and there, that we tried it on the next job and it worked out perfectly. So basically the moral of the story is I just ran about 11 or 12 tons of stone in about a half hour, and then I'll come back myself and just have to lightly rake it. A job like this doesn't require many people at all, if not just 2. Maybe someone could be raking it while I'm dumping it, but the point is I dug it out by myself with the excavator, and then I ran the stone myself with that New Holland skid steer to get it off the driveway into the spot as fast as possible and as efficient as possible. And now all I have to do is lightly rake it. All right, this is a wrap up the following day of the stone here. We got a good amount of rain yesterday. Like I said in the video, how the stone goes down really dirty from sitting in the pile. But this is it. After it's been rained and rained on, and the rain has cleaned it up. Trailer pushed back, and now we got the whole space in the driveway. So we can turn around and do whatever we want to do out here now without. It's like a jigsaw puzzle before, because we weren't able to utilize this space, which is that ugly garden. But that'll wrap up this video. Let us know what you guys think about this job in the before and after. Look at the final product. Let us know what you think in the comments. Make sure you turn the bell on too. If you are subscribed, put the bell on so when we do our live videos and a new video comes out, you're notified. But that's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.